Hi everyone, good day. My name is Gian. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Revolution of 1896. Now, why do I have to tell you this? Because my objective or my goal is to present to all of you what's happening in the fall of 1896. Filipino nationalists revolted against the Spanish rule that had controlled the Philippines since the 16th century. The Revolution of 1896. By 1896, there were concrete and objective conditions in the economy, society, and governance that justified revolution at the time of the Katipunan. The people, however, were not totally united. The wealthy and educated class was divided of the issue and independence and the use of force to obtain it. It was the masses, mostly the poor, less educated, and illiterate, led by the Katipunan, who were ready. Unfortunately, the conflict over leadership inside the Katipunan, the elite, and the nine versus the non-elite caused the rift that resulted in the tragic death of Bonifacio, the founder and leader of the armed revolution. Late in 1895, when Bonifacio was busy propagating the political ideals, we were already suspecting a brewing unrest related to an underground society whose purpose was to end the Spanish rule. It was also rumored that the weapons came from Hong Kong and Yokohama. So, so persistent were the rumors that the governor general, in order to mollify the fires, ordered the banishment of some prominent citizens of Batangas and Bulacan. The common people were suffering from heavy taxation, from abusive fires and civil authorities, and from lack of economic opportunities. While the government was spending millions of pesos for the army and navy, the amount being spent for public improvement was pitiful small. The personal honor and dignity of the Filipinos were taken for granted. They were physically maltreated in public places like Guam, Jolo, and Palawan. On suspicious of committing crimes, even petty ones, the the institution of forced labor provided opportunities for rampant abuse of Filipinos by Spaniards. Father Maniaro Hill was the parish curate of Tondo, province of Manila. He was one of the friars who had earlier existence of a secret society. He informed the police authorities that this society, with the aim of killing all Spaniards in the country, had been recruiting members. But the Spaniard civil authorities did not listen to him until a Katipunero by the name of Teodoro Patino came to see him one afternoon. Father Hill immediately rushed to the headquarters of the Manila police and informed the officers regarding Patino's revolution. In the printing shop of the daily newspaper, Diario de Manila, Father Hill, the police, and the owner of the newspaper found some Katipunan receipts and other pieces of evidence pointing to the existence of the secret society. Patino, Patino had visited his sister in an orphanage in Mandaluyong, which was then a suburb of the province of Manila. Having quarreled with another Katipunero, Patino told his sister about the Katipunan and its aim. The sister cried when she heard about the aims of the society. She told me, Madre Portera, of the orphanage about it. Acting on this advice, Patino went to see Father Hill that afternoon of August 19, 1896, and revealed to him what he knew about the plans of Katipunan. Patino told Father Hill that the pieces of evidence were genuine. As such, the police was convinced to avert possible rebellion. They raided many houses in Manila and the suburbs looking alleged houses in Manila and the suburbs looking alleged members of the Katipunan. That night of August 19, the police arrested many innocent Filipinos. Bonifacio wanted the wealthy Filipinos to help finance the Katipunan in its struggle to free the country from Spain. He ordered some of his trusted men to approach the rich Filipinos and ask for contributions of the society. In spite of the refusal by the wealthy Filipinos to help the Katipunan, Bonifacio and his men did not lose hope. When the Katipunan was discovered on August 19, Bonifacio was in Caloocan with his wife Gregoria de Jesus, fearing that he might be arrested if he remained in Caloocan. Bonifacio decided to move to Balintawak. He ordered his runners to inform all Katipuneros that there will be a meeting in Balintawak on August 24. Accompanied by foremen, Bonifacio reached Balintawak at midnight of 21st, and in the afternoon about 500 Katipuneros left Sitio Kongkong, a part of Balintawak. Bonifacio asked his men whether they were prepared to fight for freedom and independence. Everyone shouted they were prepared to die. In that case, Bonifacio told them, "Bring your cedulas and tear them into pieces to show that we are prepared to take up arms." All the men broke out there, tore them to pieces, and the ground was littered with those pieces of paper, which to the Katipuneros symbolized their slavery. Then they shouted in one voice, "Long live the Philippines! Long live the Katipunan!" This event, which happened on August 23, is the cry of Pugadlawan. It symbolized the determination of the Filipinos for independence even unto death. What is the cry of Pugadlawin? The cry of Pugadlawin was the beginning of the Philippine Revolution against the Spanish Empire. In late August 1896, members of the Katipunan, led by Andres Bonifacio, revolted somewhere around Caloocan, which included parts of the present-day Quezon City. Francisco L. Rojas, a Spaniard born in the Philippines, who considered this country as his own, was asked to support the society. He was a millionaire who belonged to a family that owned vast tracts of lands and put up the San Miguel Brewery. When he heard about the Katipunan, he got angry and threatened to tell the police it. Many wealthy Filipinos refused to help the Katipunan. Filipinos, with few exceptions, like the physician Dr. Pio Valenzuela, Juan E. Ramos, the son of Melchora Aquino or Tandansora, known as the mother of the Katipunan. Bonifacio advised his men to retreat to another sitio, called Pasong Tamo. On August 25, some women notified Bonifacio that civil guards and infantrymen were coming. The Katipuneros deployed themselves and deliberately fell to the ground to avoid being hit. A short skirmish ensued in which one civil guard and two Katipuneros were killed. The Spaniard and their hired Filipino soldiers, thinking that the rebels were strong and retrained. The rebels, believing their weapons were inferior to those to the civil guard, also retreated towards Balara. From here, they were proceeded to Marikina and to Hagdang Bato. On August 28, Bonifacio issued a manifesto telling the people to take the Filipinos' cause. He also set the attack of the city of Manila for August 29, 1896. He ended his manifesto by saying that anybody who obstructs the sacred ideal of the people will be considered a traitor and an enemy. Bonifacio ordered his men to attack the arsenal located at San Juan del Monte. A fighting broke out between the attacking Filipinos forces and defending Spanish soldiers on August 30, 1896. The revolutionary flame was rapidly spreading to other provinces of central Luzon and southern Tagalog provinces of Cavite, Laguna, and Batangas. Governor-General Ramon Blanco issued a decree on August 30 to prevent the spread of the revolution. The first eight provinces which rose in arms, Cavite, Manila, Laguna, Batangas, Bulacan, Pampanga, Tarlac, and Nueva Ecija, were placed under martial law. The decree further provided that those who would surrender within 48 hours after the publication of the decree would not be tried by the military court. The policy, known as Blanco policy of attraction, was intended to win over the Filipinos to the side of the government and thus end the rebellion. Some Filipinos, among them Dr. Pio Valenzuela, a few of his companions, took advantage of this provision and surrendered to the government. The colonial government continued its policies of repressions to cow the people into silence. The suspects in Manila and the province were punished without trial. Heads of families were shipped to the Carolines in the Pacific and to the Spanish penal colony in Africa. Fort Santiago was packed with hundreds of prisoners, most of whom were innocent. Many died when the waters of the Pasig River entered the lower portion of the cell, while others died of suffocation. In some places, like in Bulacan, the Spaniards massacred many people. Men were tortured to force them to tell on their friends and even relatives. On September 4, 1896, four Katipuneros were executed in Bagumbayan Field, which is now a part of the Rizal in Manila. On January 4, 1897, the Spaniards executed 12 Bicolano patriots, and in Calibo, which was then part of Capiz. 19 patriots were also shot to death. The Spanish was trying its best to subjugate Cavite, which was now a major battleground of the revolution. After town fell into the hands of the Spaniards, faced with this bitter fact, the rebels decided to meet at Tijeros, San Francisco del Malabon, now General Trias. On March 22, 1897, a convention was held at the house of Tijeros, which the rebels had captured from the friars. During the second part of the convention, which was presided over by Bonifacio with Mayo Ricarte as secretary, the members who were present agreed to form a new government. Officials of this government were to be elected by those present in the convention. It was agreed unanimously that whoever would be elected would be respected by everyone, regardless of economic status and education. Officials of this government will be elected by those present in the convention. It was agreed unanimously that whoever would be elected would be respected by everyone, regardless of economic status and education, was being proclaimed. Daniel Tayrona, a member of the faction Magdalo, stood up and said that Jose del Rosario, an attorney from Cavite, was more qualified for the position and should be elected in the place of Bonifacio. The angry Bonifacio, being the incumbent Supremo of the Katipunan, declared the results of the election as null and void. The following day, March 23, Bonifacio Ricarte and many others meet at the same place. This document, called, called Acta de Tejeros, Minutes of Tejeros. It should rightly be called Tejeros Resolution. Document, Bonifacio and those present, numbering about 45 in all, give the reasons for rejecting the results of previous day's election and establish government. The main reason cited was the fraud committed by Magdalo people. After signing the resolution, the men followed Bonifacio tonight. Still angry with Daniel Nona, who insulted him, Bonifacio. Now the town of Cavite persuaded his men to draw up another document. It was a military agreement in which another government would be established. General Pio del Pilar was to become the commander of this army. Obviously, the head of the government to be established was obviously the head of the government to be established was Bonifacio himself. Among those who signed the document, aside from Bonifacio and his brother, were Artemio Ricarte, Pio del Pilar, and Severino de las. After signing the night military agreement, Bonifacio, his wife, his two brothers, and some followers left for the town in Dang and settled in the barrio of Limbong. Colonel Agapito Bonson, who headed the party to contact Bonifacio, used force on Bonifacio and his brothers. As a result, Bonifacio Bonifacio and his brothers fought back. His brother Cesarico was killed in the skirmish and Bonifacio himself was wounded on the neck and the left arm. He was captured and brought to the municipal building of Indang. Later he was transferred to Maragodon, where he was tried for treason. According to Aguinaldo, he commuted the death penalty to banishment, but when General Pio del Pilar, who was formerly a follower of Bonifacio, and General Mariano Noriel received Aguinaldo's commutation order, they rushed to his headquarters in Maragondon and persuaded him to withdraw the commutation of the sentence. The reason that they could not afford to be divided at the time when the enemy was capturing one town after another. Because of this argument, Aguinaldo recalled he withdrew his commutation order. In other words, the original death sentence was carried out. Just a short summary, the Philippine Revolution began in August 1896, when the Spanish authorities discovered the Katipunan, an anti-colonial secret organization. The first 8 provinces which rose in arms, Cavite, Manila, Laguna, Batangas, Bulacan, Pampanga, Tarlac, and Nueva Ecija, were placed under martial law. The revolutionary flame was rapidly spreading other provinces of central Luzon and southern Tagalog provinces of Cavite, Laguna, and Batangas. And that's all. Thank you.